After all, welcome back to Metal Gear Rising. So, this is the full VR mission from the Jetstream Sam DLC, and holy shit. I thought I am gonna have to do this one separately because I could not live commentate this, because this took me about 3 friggin' hours to do. This was the hardest thing I've done in a video game in a long time, and I beat Dark Souls at level 1. I am not overstating how ridiculously difficult this was. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm particularly good at the game, but like, holy shit. This was insane. This was absolutely insane. So, I'm post-commentating this, and what I'm going to do is try and explain how the hell you beat it. Now, again, I am no expert at this, but hopefully if you're having trouble with this, this will, give you some tips, or at the very least it'll be entertaining, but, we shall see. Okay, so the first thing you need to learn to Sam is that A, when you taunt with him and the enemies glow red, they are not only more aggressive, but they take way more damage, so you always want to be taunting now. These monkey dudes, I think they're called hammerheads, but don't quote me on that. These guys, when they are taunted, again, they take a lot more damage, but they keep doing that move right there, where they will keep charging you down and pinning you down. So just be prepared for that. You are going to have to wiggle your stick all over the goddamn place. And yes, it sounds like some kind of weird sexual innuendo, but I swear to God, it's not. So yeah, just be prepared for that. They will charge you down all of the goddamn time. Now, you've also got to remember, when there's only one of these guys left, the next phase of enemies will start. I think it's the only wave where that happens, and the next phase, in my opinion, is quite possibly the toughest one. So, really what you want to do is weaken both of these guys, but don't kill them, and then get them both in the blue so they're both killable very quickly. That way you can take one out, take the next one out, and then deal with the next two enemies on the next phase at the same time without worrying about a third guy there. So, that's the plan, but you gotta be careful, because again, when you taunt enemies, and I'm not doing it here, by the way, because I'm a goddamn moron, but that's what I should have done, but, yeah, so that's what I advise. Weaken them both, take them both out at the same time, or you can do what I'm doing and be a complete moron, but, that's your choice. Now, these guys go down very easily, however, they also do a metric ton of damage. They have a flamethrower attack, which, frankly, you can run around them, but they, oh my god, such a pain in the ass. What I advise you do, that attack right there, when they spin around like that, if you do the parry, which is up and cross on the pad, or up and square if you're using a PlayStation, if you parry at the right time, you will basically one-shot them, especially if they are taunted. So, that's my advice, but it's not that easy to do. Really, if you get some distance off, they will usually try and do that attack on you, but again, I'm dealing with the hammerhead here, so it makes it very difficult to do what I'm doing, because that guy, as you can see, is not leaving me the hell alone, so that's why I really should have taken care of him. But, in the meantime, just taunt them, just do whatever the hell you can. Now, another piece of advice for Sam is if you use the Y button attack, you hold it down, it will do a charge attack. That plus the taunts does so much damn damage, so that works very, very well on big enemies like this. But the game never very quick, so it's a charge attack, it's gotta take some time to build up, so usually you don't really get that much time to pull it off, but if you can, it will usually kill them, or at least get them to the point where you can execute them. So again, I advise you try that. Now, if you're having trouble with the hammerheads, I feel bad for you, son. No, but seriously, if you're having trouble with them, basically, you can parry a lot of their attacks, but it's not really going to get you to a point where you can execute them like you can on most enemies, so you can parry them, but really, I find it much easier just to dodge, taunts, and get in attacks wherever you can. Again, it's another enemy where charge attacks work very, very well, and yes, you can taunt absolutely everything, even a goddamn chopper. Don't make no sense to me, but whatever. And as you can see, when you taunt the chopper, it dies insanely quickly. Like, one charge attack with the Y button will basically destroy it in one shot. Or, one extra hit after that. And these flying guys, you can cut them and grab their cores or spines or whatever the hell they have, so I advise you get them down to 1, and then just cut the core out of that if you need it, which I didn't, but if I did, it's a good idea. And again, the dogs, if you taunt them, they go down incredibly quickly. Like that. That's the power of the goddamn taunts. Now, personally, yeah, I always went for both of the dogs first, but I don't really know if that's a good idea, because frankly, the gecko, deceptively enough, is insanely dangerous. Like, it does a lot of damage, it will constantly hound you the entire fight, so... But still, I go for the dogs first, usually because they're a lot quicker to kill than the gecko is, so, you can limit numbers quicker that way, so that's why I go for the dogs, but it may or may not be a good idea, but personally, that's what I did, and it worked most of the time. Except, when you get gangbanged in the corner like that. And the geckos, by the way, are another enemy where, parrying, not such a good idea, just dodge. Continuously dodge out the damn way, because otherwise they're going to boot you in the face like that, and it's very, very friggin' annoying. Now, when you've just got the gecko on his own, not that bad. Just dodge out the way when he tries to kick you, very simple, and eventually he will die. Like that. And again, free freaking core if you don't mess it up. There we go. Okay, so the next phase, you can kind of cheese it a little bit. You'll notice when I taunt at exactly the right time. They're not even there yet. The taunt goes off. I've taunted them instantly. Then you can do a charge attack, and you can almost instantly execute that one raptor or whatever the hell they're called. I think they're called raptors, or you know I could screw it up like that. And then somehow I got the execution on the other one, but again, why complain about that? Now, another piece of advice for these guys, as well as the guys that are actually not called hammerheads, because I think the hammerheads are actually the helicopters, so ignore that. But the giant monkey dudes, you know the guys I'm talking about in the second phase. Those guys, if they knock you up in the air, which these dudes do as well occasionally, you can actually counter that by doing the parry. If you do it at exactly the right time in midair, then you can avoid the rest of the damage. Okay, so this phase, again, one of the toughest phases in the entire goddamn VR mission. You want to taunt the hell out of absolutely everything and dodge all over the place, because if one of those little dwarf geckos grabs you, you will be in a lot of trouble, because the big guys will come and kick the ever-living crap out of you. And these big guys, if you don't taunt them, they will take almost no damage. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. So, taunt them whenever you can, and be aware when you gain distance, they pull out the rocket launchers, and yes, they can hit the other enemies with those, but it's not that easy to do. But you'll notice here I'm dancing around. I was hoping he'd hit him, but he didn't, but whatever, at least he didn't hit me. And what you can do, it's kind of cheesy, it takes a long time, but you can basically taunt them, run away, and keep running in and doing your charge attack, running away again, and rinse and repeat that. Eventually, you'll cut off bits of their limbs and make it a lot easier, but it takes quite some time. And that guy somehow rocket launched his buddy, and I have no freaking idea how. You're an awful shot, sir, an awful shot. And then I stand there and taunt and take a rocket in the face. So yes, that's one thing you need to be very aware of with the taunts. If you're not close enough, you'll just look like a goddamn moron and then get rocket launched. So, yeah, don't do that. And yes, by the way, you can parry these guys as well. However, usually you need to parry them 3 to 4 times in a row to actually get the execution off, which, again, is a free kill. So if you can't do that, I advise you do. But, yeah, not easy to do. In fact, probably impossible when there's another guy trying to rocket launch you. So when it's down to 1, might be worth a try. But in the meantime, just duck and dive like I'm doing. Oh, and I forgot to mention this at the start, but yes, you may notice whatever items you have, including nano paste and rocket launchers and all kinds of crap like that, you can take them into the VR mission with you, and they will restore each time. However, if you leave the VR mission, whatever you use during it will be gone, including if you complete it. So anything I've lost here, like my rockets, my grenades, my nano paste, that will be gone at the end. Okay, I believe this may be the actual boss here. I might be wrong about it. There might be another phase after this guy. I really can't remember. I think there might be another one after this guy, but either way, what you basically want to do is spam every goddamn grenade you have so you can get some free hits in on him. Again, taunt and charge attack, very, very handy. But yes, be aware this guy does a lot of freaking damage. Now, I'd like to say I have some kind of grand tactic for taking this guy out, but frankly, I really don't. All I was doing was taunting, going in, doing the attacks, and then ducking out of the way every single time he tried to hit me. But be aware when he goes back like that, he is going to try and shoot you with something. So close the gap and be ready to dodge at all freaking times. Now, eventually you'll get a blade mode pop up, which means you can cut off those goddamn things that he's hitting me with right now. Then he will become a little bit easier in that sense, but he will try and use his rocket and his gun much more, and he'll keep kicking you with that spin kick, which does a lot of freaking damage, so yeah, be aware of that. Now, again, when you cut these off, you get stunned for a second. I very strongly advise you take advantage of that and do the charge attack, because you aren't going to get many opportunities to actually do that, because this guy is incredibly quick, as you can see. And I may be wrong about this, but I'm pretty damn sure the enemies in this VR mission, maybe all VR missions, but definitely this one, take way more damage to actually kill, because there was some kind of optional objective I did during the main campaign, where I had to take out 2 of these guys at once, and it was way easier than just this one guy, so yeah. Okay, that guy's down now. I think that was actually in the last wave, I can't really remember, but yeah, that's how you take those guys out, just duck and dive all the damn time. And there you go, that's how you beat that damn mission, and holy shit, ridiculously hard. Alrighty, I'm going to end it here. Hopefully that was helpful in some way, or at least you enjoyed it. If you did, I would appreciate a like, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.